There's Mimi. What are we doing today?
Gardening.
Gardening, you betcha.
And I got some new gloves.
Very cute. Love it.
And this cute little suit.
And it's cold out here, but
So
Mimi put on tights
put on warm stuff.
and a long sleeves under. So she's ready. We're gonna rock and roll. Welcome to Frugal Family Gardening, or Frugal Family Gardens. We have messes to clean up. Somehow some of our masks got blown over here. So much trimming to do. So first we're gonna take you on a quick taking stock of the situation, and then we'll jump in and get to work. Mimi is being very careful with those shears. I ordered Mommy some new ones.
Yeah, so I get to use these ones.
We're gonna go around and we're gonna clean up some of the bits of garbage here and there, and then we're also going to trim everything that needs trimming, and then we're gonna figure some of this out. So we have these rocks that used to be over there where the tree used to be, and they're not all going to stay here, but I have thoughts about extending these gardens out a ways. So we'll need to move all of these plants, these stepping stones, and we'll need to dig up more of the grass and bring these gardens out. Kind of what I'm thinking is maybe just cutting across right here and around. We just really don't need much grass out here. I would prefer having room for our flowers and such. We could also dig out the grass here and bring the garden around this way. We do have under this piece of tree the I don't know what they're called, the things that go with our irrigation water, the like
pad thingies.
No, what are they called? Anyway, where you get into it and mess with it.
They kind of look like lily pads. Let's just call them lily pads.
Okay, Mimi. So yeah, I'm thinking we'll dig up this grass. The other thing I'm gonna do, and this is gonna seem a bit drastic, but I have reasons, is we're going to chop this back really, really hard. I love this tree. It is so fabulous, especially when the flowers come, but it's a mess and it's out of control and it's way bigger than I want it to be. And so many of my flowers just don't get enough sunlight because of this. Our spring bulbs and flowers will be getting all the sun that they need because that won't be blocking the afternoon sun. So, okay, Mimi, let's go get a tote. We've got a tote, and what we're gonna do is all the stuff that we chop, we're going to
put it in the tote.
Put it in the tote and then chop it up really good, and it will go as mulch and eventually become new soil
For these.
For the garden. So, okay, we're gonna jump in and start chopping stuff, and well, we'll show you where we end up. You have to squeeze really hard. There you go, Muscles. You're amazing.
Got it one more time.
Okay. Actually, probably a couple more times, because the more you cut it up, the faster it will turn into new mulch.
To make mulch, we'll use all this, and especially how I have a peach and pumpkin thing planted in the back yard, so the mulch will help.
That's right, it sure will. We're also going to plant some seeds today with the seed starter that we found in the dumpsters, and using some dumpster pots that we salvaged. We are making so much progress. Lots of trimming and trimming, deadheading, trimming. I've opened this one up quite a bit. Hold on, baby, I'll show them. This evergreen. I'm not sure yet how I want to shape it, but I do think it is time to start figuring out a shape for it. I opened it up a whole bunch in the back so that hyacinth will get the sun that it needs, and also I am going to be putting in a bunch more like late spring, summer, late summer, and fall bulbs in this bed once we get it all cleaned up. And so we got to make room by trimming up this evergreen. I'm just not 100% sure yet what I want to do with it. If I want it to be kind of a topiary, most likely. So I'm thinking I will trim up some more of the undergrowth, and then we will pick, well, I don't know that we'll do just one of the strong stems. Maybe we'll do both and have them in some kind of shape. But for now, I'm just going to clean up the bottom of it and around, and we'll keep these two main stems. It's going to look kind of funky for a little while, but it will start putting its energy into the two remaining ones, and as we shape it, they will fill in and fill out, and it will start making sense. Mimi's over here working hard, chopping stuff up.
This is hard.
But she's amazing. I've got quite a bit more trimming to do over here, but I'm loving how when I trim all this stuff down, then, I discover all these bulbs that have come up and are just aching for exposure and sun, and we're gonna give it to them.
Wait, Mom, are all these sticks from the tree that was growing?
Well, most of them, yeah. Someday we have got to invest in a chipper, shredder, whatever. That would really, really help, huh, Mimi? So I've cleared a whole bunch, and it's so awesome. The coolest thing about this is once you clear everything, then you can see all of the new bulbs that have propagated all on their own from the bulbs that I have bought and planted over the years. For instance, look at all these guys popping up. There's just tons and tons of them all over the place. So I'm gonna let them pop up and do their thing. And then after they've bloomed and done what they're gonna do, then we will separate them, divide them, and spread them out. There's even more over here. It is so cool. It makes me so happy. It really does. So many little gatherings.
That we should do this?
Yeah, honey, it was Mimi's idea to get out here together today. So yeah, once these have all bloomed, then we will go ahead and pull them up and separate them and replant. All right, the beds are pretty much cleaned up as far as trimming the dead stuff. I'm going to shape the roses a little bit. I'm also going to dig holes for a couple of new roses. I want to do it right now so that I'm aware of all the spring bulbs that are coming up. If I wait and do it later in the summer, I might forget where the spring bulbs are. And so gonna go ahead and do it now. Mostly all the dead stuff is cleared and ready. I've moved all the pots out of here. I've got to pull up these stepping stones, and then it's gonna come down to weeding and pulling out all the dead leaves and putting those into the compost, and then applying some topsoil and some mulch. We have lots of shade plants in here that need to be dug up, and we're going to put them temporarily into these pots that we've pulled. There's a fern in there. I know there's a couple of hostas in here, along with several other shade plants and all of these ground cover. I've just decided that all of this that we're chopping up, we are going to actually dump all of it here around the base of the old tree. We still have to continue poisoning the tree to kill all those troublesome roots that have destroyed all of our concrete and that have been edging towards the foundation. So we're going to dump all the clippings and trimmings out here and then top them with rocks, including these big guys right here. And as time goes by, they will decompose and enrich this soil. And in the meantime, we'll have the rocks over them and distribute a bunch of pots, potted flowers and plants, full sun flowers and plants, just kind of throughout the area. Okay, I have pulled up those stepping stones from here. They've done a great job of suppressing the grass in this area, so I'm gonna just dig the rest of it out. And then I've moved them over here to start the process of killing out this grass. And we'll connect the flower bed just right across here. I got started over here, dumping a bunch of these clippings, throwing some rocks on top. It's gonna be a long process. This may not be terribly pretty, this spring, but by summer it should be looking pretty good because I will have added a lot more clippings and also topped it with some mulch, some actual, you know, store-bought mulch, wood chippings and whatnot. And then we will, of course, put a bunch of pots of different flowers and plants in this area while the tree dies and we wait for all of these roots to decompose and disappear. I've got to get my husband to help me to get this big piece out of here. That will go out in the new shade garden, and my thought is that it will sit on a couple of stumps. We'll have to chop it a little bit, even it out because it is quite uneven, but it will make a delightful little bench for sitting out under the shade tree out in the backyard. Mimi has gotten cold. It is a bit chilly today. She has gone in. I think I'm about done as well. Feeling good about what we've accomplished. It's definitely a good start. It's going to be a big difference when we clear out all the just detritus that's here, the leaves and weeds, and bring in some topsoil and mulch. That will really make a difference just in the looks of it all. But we've gotten a lot done, and I am absolutely pleased with that. So thank you so much for coming along. Stay tuned for another Frugal Family gardening adventure, where we do our best to get the most value out of every penny that we spend and utilize as much dumpster salvaged or just plain salvaged items as possible, including flowers and starts and bulbs. We'll see y'all real soon.